A hard working weekend is in store for me. What I need to do this weekend is clear out a space where I'm going to be growing a whole bunch of ancient grains. One of my first missions on the homestead is to grow drought-tolerant grains, ancient grains that are able to sustain me and my family without a lot of inputs. And the way I'm going to do that is, if we look at the bottom here, there's just a whole bunch of brush that needs to be cleared. I am going to be doing a whole bunch of 20 meter long rows that are 800 millimeters wide. My thinking there is I'm going to be able to do 2 or 3 rows per 20 meter length, and something like wheat, barley, rye, I'm going to be planting at 20 centimeter row spacings, which at 800 mils will give me 3 rows, which is a lot. 3 rows of 20 meters should be able to give me quite a lot of grain. Then on the other side, if we look at things like sorghum, amaranth, and chickpeas, those I'm going to grow 2 in a row, and I'm going to space them 30 centimeters apart. So I've got a 20 centimeter gap on either side. And what I'm going to be doing, this is the magic ingredient, is I'm going to be doing a lot more rows than what I actually need, because I'm going to have my beds on rotation. I'm going to have for instance, a winter wheat, but then on the other row, I'm going to do a winter cover crop. Then in summer, I'm going to cut down the cover crop, put the summer crop in there, for instance, sorghum, and then I'm going to grow a summer cover crop on the other row. So the idea is to have about 10 different rows, 20 meters long, which at 800 mils, 880 centimeters is about, fell over a rock. It's about 8 meters, so I'll probably do 10 meters to allow for walkways in between. So 10 by 20 meters is a nice block for grain. It's going to be a lot of hard work. This is already been cleared, and you can see how much rock is here. So I first need to pull out the brush, then I need to clear the rock, and then to keep this as no-till as possible, I do have a very shallow hoe, which I just need to ruffle up the clay soil. I'm going to lay some kraal manure, which is cow manure, and then I'm going to start growing, cover cropping, lots of stuff like that. So let's get into some seriously hard work, and that's my bait for tonight. It's going to be chilly, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it. Cool, let's go do some digging. Before I can actually do anything, I need to measure out where these beds are going to be. And what I have decided is I'm going to be doing it on center with the house up at the top, for this first house. And it is exactly 40 meters from the house down. I'm only on 17. And in between the house and where the grain section is going to be, is going to be the fruit orchard as well. So it's going to be house, fruit orchard, then the grain section. 27. So I need to get it measured out. But the challenge is I want to keep it as square as possible. I don't want to have mixed squares. So I am going as center as possible. And then I'm going to measure out 40 on either side as well. 2 meters. Just to try and get a straight line here, And then once I've got my straight line here that I can go 10 meters, and I should have my rectangle. Tape measure, hopefully I can measure, time will tell. But gonna get this measured out and then we can start the hard work of digging. Is it just me that finds measuring a rectangle in a huge open field really difficult? Wow, what a mission. Well, I've got one straight line that's 20 meters long. Now I need to do another 20 meter line. The problem, or the challenge, is I need to get to these sides straight. And I know that you're meant to go corner to corner to make sure that the sides are even. But with so much brush, I can't get a straight line. It's constantly going over. So it's a bit of, I suppose, winging it. So what I've done, and if you're an expert builder, you have skills, let me know whether I've completely lost my mind, is the house line up at the very top over there. I used the fence as my straight line. So I know those two posts, the back of the house and the front of the house, are straight. Now I'm lining up those two poles and the fence pole, and I'm doing a straight line down to where I am. And I've measured that 5.6 meters to the end of the 10 meters. So I've now come 13 meters down in the same visual line, and I'm going to go 5.6 meters that way. And then I'm just going to have to adjust that end point for the 13 meters, and I'm hoping that the visual aligning is going to pay off. But I'll send the drone up in a little bit, and then we can see just how straight or skew this grain growing section is going to be. Wow, okay, end of a day. I'm glad to be able to call it quits. Cool, I'm done. I am no builder, but I think that looks like a pretty good 90-degree angle, which, if that is the case, that means I probably nailed it. Luckily, this isn't a building or a fenced area. It's just a rectangular area for growing crops, so it doesn't have to be millimeter perfect. But if I've hit very close to the right angle over there, then I'm probably close to the correct measurements of 20 by 13. 13, 13, 20, 20. Looking good. So that's the end of day one. As the sun starts to set, it's starting to seriously look beautiful. It's time for me to have a little bush shower. I just have a little bag that hangs in the tree. So I'm gonna have a quick shower, get comfy, get a braai on, get some buoy on the go, sit down, take in the beauty, and have a nice early night. So let's go shower. I honestly don't feel like much can make you feel as alive as showering naked in nature. It's just, yeah, it's something that we have become so disconnected from. And yeah, we all live on top of each other. So the thought of showering naked and anywhere besides a tiny closed wall bathroom is so foreign and so bizarre. But there's something just so natural about it. And I must say, it really, really does reset me quite nicely. And now that I'm nice and all cleaned up after a hard day's work, what I always do is I just look after myself, look after my skin. And I've got a few different things here. So it's skin food. It's all tallow based, zero BS. I've been using their products for quite a while. You can tell by the fact that this one's pretty much empty. This is just a body care. This one I use all the time on my hands when I'm done. It's a healing balm, and it's super at just, you know, when you got tired hands, you got some blisters, some sores, then it fixes it up really quickly. And then just some good old lip stuff. You know, skincare is one of those things that a lot of men don't talk about and don't often share. But I think it's a bit silly. I think everybody should be looking after themselves. And I think using natural products is honestly the way to go. And this is a completely sustainable product. It's made from beef tallow, obviously from processed cows. But then the byproduct from making this product then goes on to make a specific type of mints that Warren from Zero BS then donates and works with local communities to actually feed them.
What you making, Gogo?
I'm doing mince and vegetables.
The miracle of producing our own luxurious tallow-based skin butters is that after rendering our fats, we are left with a nutritious beef mince as our byproduct. And in a country like South Africa, nothing goes to waste. The selfless Gogo, who founded Gogo's Kitchen in Guguletu, feeds hundreds of hungry people every day of the week. And we are helping to make sure that they get a healthy plate of nutritious, free-range, grass-fed minced meat. Zero BS, feeding the soul, feeding the skin, and feeding hungry people.
Gogo, it's delicious. Gogo, it's delicious this guy.
So not only is the skincare product or tallow-based skincare products sustainable in by nature, if you have the right people, you're actually feeding and other people and you're supporting communities. So if you're using skincare products where you have a pamphlet this long of contraindications and warnings and cautions, chuck it. Don't stop using that rubbish on your skin. It blows my mind that there are skincare products that can actually peel the skin off your face. Blows my mind. Like, our bodies are not naturally meant to do that. It blows my mind. So anyway, I always use this as part of a routine after showering, after bathing, whatever. It just nourishes my body, feeds it nicely, it gets me ready for the next day. Well, good morning to a very, very windy day. The forecast most certainly was not wind like this, as you can see, but at least the wind is warm, because the wind here can get really chilly. Yeah, I had a good sleep. It was originally really cold until I figured out some little adjustments, but I actually ended up really warm and sleeping quite comfortably, which is such a relief because I thought I was going to be in the hurt box for a long time last night, but I ended up being pretty good. So now we are getting ready for a long day of hard work. We're going to get some coffee on the go and get those muscles working. It's now officially just past 8 a.m. and the work's gonna start. If you see my face is a little bit white, then it's because I've got some awesome tallow sunscreen on. Yes, I don't put normal sunscreen on my face because it's filled with too many things, and why not be able to use a tallow product that feeds your skin while you're in the sun? Anyway, there's lines over here that I showed you yesterday. I'm standing inside the block. It's quite windy, so I'm really hoping I can get the drone up just to do an aerial shot of before and then another one after. But this brush inside here needs to be cleared out today. Realistically, I don't think I'm going to be able to kind of prepare the beds as well. I'm probably just going to be able to clear it today, but let's see. Sometimes you work a lot faster than what you think you do. But I need to get started because there's a lot of brush that needs to be removed. I need to change gears. This looks amazing. It's cleared out all the horrible grasses out. It's like that spider grass. But man, oh man, that's a lot of work. This little piece here is probably an hour and a half work. And I've still got a huge section to do. So I'm gonna change gears. Sorry, the wind is howling. And I'm going to clear out all of the bushes. You can see these big bushes, and as much of the small ones as possible, and clear rocks. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day today, because it's probably going to take the rest of the day to do this. And then next time I come, I'm going to hire a rotary tiller just to turn up all of these roots from the grass. And yes, I want to go no-till, but the reality is sometimes you need to just turn the soil once in its life just to get everything bad out and then start rebuilding. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to clear out the brush, then come back with the tiller at another time, clear out the soil, and then prepare it. So changing gears, here we go. that's me. I'm done. There's only so much physical work I can handle, not being a physical worker pretty much my whole life. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good job done. You can see nicely cleared out from that corner all the way around. It's a really nice big section. We're going to be able to really grow a lot of food, and I have had concerns from people around removing fynbos, but I just see the bigger picture, whereas this is going to grow a year's worth of food for grains, superfood, ancient grains, flour for bread, like all of these things. Sorghum, if you're in South Africa, we're going to have like endless supply of multibella pap. So for me, the trade-off of this space that the fynbos is coming out of, what's going to be coming in here, the continuous improvement of the soil through cover cropping, green manure, constant feeding of the soil with compost, all of that. Really, you can't just compare that to just leaving everything as is and continuing to buy all your food from shops, getting trucks delivered from who knows where else, getting food imported from the other side of the world. It's really no argument that you shouldn't be using fynbos. Sorry for the wind. Literally right up there is Cape Nature. It's protected nature reserve. So there's a lot of work going into just on our doorstep, protecting everything that's there. So yes, there have been some concerns. Personally, I don't have a lot of concern about it because I'm going to be keeping a lot of fynbos. This is 20 meters by 13 meters. And what I'm going to be doing here by putting into the soil is going to be far outweighing the potential damage that's being caused. Thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been a good couple of days. Got a good amount of work done. Next time we're going to need to till this. So I'm going to hire a rotary tiller. And yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I've got a lot of wheat seeds. I've planted sorghum, chickpeas. Oh, my brain is gone. Sorghum, chickpeas, amaranth, and quinoa, along with the winter wheat, which not winter yet, or finished with winter. So that's quite a lot of ancient grain we're going to be growing, including some chickpeas. Going to give chickpeas a go here. I'm not sure if it's going to grow, but let's see. Thank you for following me. Please subscribe to this journey. It's going to be good, and you're going to see how just this simple piece of ground is going to turn into something that's going to feed our whole family for the years to come. Till next time, stay safe and happy homesteading.